Welcome to 5-Minute Bedtime Stories, brought to you by TaleBot, your child's AI storyteller. Want to create a bedtime story for your child? Visit talebotai.com/create. Now, let's sit back and enjoy the story.
Anastasia's Enchanted Journey Through the Dreamland Forest. A special bedtime story for Anastasia. Once upon a time, in a cozy little house on a quiet street, lived a curious and imaginative girl named Anastasia. Every night, before she went to bed, Anastasia's parents would read her a bedtime story. They would snuggle up together in her soft, warm blankets, surrounded by her favorite stuffed animals. One evening, as the stars twinkled in the sky, Anastasia's parents surprised her with a special gift. It was a beautiful box filled with 5 magical books by a beloved author named Dr. Seuss. Anastasia's eyes sparkled with excitement as her parents explained that these books would take her on incredible adventures right from the comfort of her own bed. Anastasia chose her favorite book from the collection, The Cat in the Hat Comes Back, and her parents began to read. The story was filled with rhymes and mischief, and Anastasia's laughter filled the room. As she listened to the words, Anastasia's imagination soared. She imagined herself right alongside the mischievous cat, helping him clean up all the messes. The next night, Anastasia picked up another book called Dr. Seuss's ABC. This book took her on a journey through the alphabet. With each page, Anastasia learned about new animals and silly words that made her giggle. She even started making up her own rhymes as she went along. On the third night, Anastasia dove into Oh Say Can You Say? This book was full of tongue twisters that made her laugh and stumble over her words. Anastasia practiced saying the tongue twisters again and again until she could say them perfectly without getting tangled up. The fourth book, Oh the Things You Can Think, was Anastasia's favorite. This whimsical book sparked her imagination and encouraged her to dream big. Anastasia imagined herself flying through the clouds, exploring underwater kingdoms, and even talking to animals. The possibilities were endless, and Anastasia's mind was filled with wonder. Finally, on the 5th night, Anastasia opened I Can Read With My Eyes Shut. This book reminded her of the power of reading and how it could transport her to magical places. Anastasia closed her eyes and let her imagination run wild. She could feel the wind in her hair as she soared through the pages of the book, exploring new worlds and meeting fascinating characters. As Anastasia finished reading the last page, she looked up at her parents with a smile on her face. She felt inspired and eager to explore the world beyond her books. Anastasia realized that the stories she read were just the beginning of her own incredible adventures. That night, as Anastasia settled into bed, she carried the magic of Dr. Seuss's books with her. She closed her eyes and let her imagination take flight. In her dreams, Anastasia found herself in a beautiful forest filled with enchanted creatures and vibrant colors. The Dreamland Forest welcomed Anastasia with open arms, and she embarked on a wondrous journey. She met a talking squirrel who shared stories of bravery and friendship. She danced with fireflies as they illuminated the night sky with their magical glow. She even had a tea party with a wise old owl who taught her the importance of kindness and love. Throughout her adventure, Anastasia encountered challenges and faced fears, but she always found the strength to overcome them. With each step, she grew more courageous and confident. The Dreamland Forest became her sanctuary, a place where she could be herself and embrace the beauty of her unique imagination. As the night drew to a close, Anastasia knew it was time to bid farewell to the Dreamland Forest. She thanked the squirrel, the fireflies, and the wise old owl for their wisdom and friendship. With a heart full of joy and gratitude, Anastasia returned to her cozy little house. Anastasia snuggled back into her bed, feeling safe and loved. As she drifted off to sleep, she knew that her dreams would always be filled with magical adventures. And even though the Dreamland Forest was just a dream, Anastasia understood that the magic would always be within her. From that night on, Anastasia continued to read books and let her imagination soar. She discovered new worlds, met fascinating characters, and learned valuable lessons. Each story she read became a new adventure, and she cherished every moment. And so, with her heart full of wonder and her mind filled with dreams, Anastasia fell into a peaceful slumber, ready to embrace the adventures that awaited her the next day. The Dreamland Forest would always be there, ready to welcome her back whenever she closed her eyes and let her imagination take flight. And so, dear Anastasia, may your dreams be filled with magic, wonder, and endless possibilities. May you always remember the power of a good story and the joy of creating your own adventures. Sleep tight, my dear, and may your dreams be as extraordinary as you are. Good night, Anastasia.
Thank you for joining us on this enchanting journey. If you enjoyed tonight's story, remember, the magic doesn't have to end here. Craft your own adventure with TaleBot by visiting talebotai.com/create. And as a special treat, use the coupon code TALE99 at checkout to get your bedtime story for just 99 cents, instead of the usual $2.99. Sweet dreams, and until our next tale.